going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Acts of Creation. And on this week's lesson, we look at the hollow from a perfect circle. So we have explored a couple of perfect circle songs so far. We've looked at Judith and we've looked at The Outsider, and now we're going to move on to the highly requested The Hollow, which is probably one of my favorite perfect circle songs. There's only a couple sections, it shouldn't take that long, but it is two guitar parts and we're going to kind of go over them together as we move through. Before we jump in, if you guys want tabs for this song, down in the description below you can find a link for a PDF and Guitar Pro. And please, if you dig what's going on while you're down there, click on that subscribe button because we do this weekly. All right? So we are in a C sharp standard tuning. Okay? If you're unfamiliar with that, it's standard tuning, but every string is down 1.5 steps. Opening riff, we are in 6/8 time, and opening riff, we're playing 9, 7, 2, and open. And the opening riff is going to go through 4 times, and there's some slight variations throughout, okay? So let's check out that opening riff real fast. Cool, so that's the opening riff of the song. Okay, like I said, it passes 4 times. So we're gonna start off on the 9th fret and slide down the 7. Chord on the 2nd fret. And notice that I'm putting in some dead notes. So we're gonna go 2 and then open. And then 2, pull off the open. Second time, we're gonna kind of slide up into it. Now you can do it from where you end up or the 7th fret. I kind of like doing it from the 7th fret. I think that sounds best, right? Very simple one. We take out the 2nd fret and we add open and then an octave of that chord. I'm sorry, the 5th of that chord, the 7th fret. It's a slight variation of the first one, where you, instead of going 2 and then open with the pull off, you're actually going to play that 2nd fret 3 times. And then the 4th time is the same as the 2nd time. And that leads right into the verse part, okay? So that's the rhythm guitar, and then you have the secondary octave melody that's going on top of this part. We're gonna go from 6 up to 9 on the first pass. Alright, and then we're going to kind of come back down the 6, hang there for a little while, and then drop down to the 2nd fret. Right there. A variation of the first pass. We're going to go up from 6 to 9, slide up to 11, and then back down. Okay, so. So that's what's going on there. 6, 9, 11, back down. And then the very last line, you're just kind of hanging on 6. Just watch your rhythm because he throws in some dotted 8th notes, and as well as just the 2 hits when everybody kind of comes in. Gang, 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 gang. You're hitting those. And that's going to take you right into the verse. This is probably the most technically challenging part of the entire song because you kind of have to pick across all the strings, and it's a little bit of an awkward pattern. All right? Chug on that root note 3 times and give it a little palm mute. And then we're going to climb up the chord. So we're going to jump up to the octave on 6, on the B string, up to 5, 7, 5, 7, 7. And then when you descend, it's 5 on the B, 6, 8, 7, 6. Okay? If you have a ring modulator effect, I would throw it on there. It's ugly as hell. I'm not gonna do it now, but that's that awkward, terrible sound that's going on over this part, right? There's a secondary part that kind of plays near the end of it that the first guitar can do, that the other guitar player can do, right near the end. And then that's gonna lead us into the chorus of the song. So let's check out the rhythm. Which leads us into the second verse, right? Okay, so we're gonna start in 5/4 open. Right? 5/4 open, 7 on the A, down the 2. Second pass. And then the second pass, you're going to add a couple more hits on the 4, and the open 7 open to the end of it. Kind of mimics that a little bit. Just on the low string. And then the passes are the same. The fourth pass kind of climbs 5/4 up to the 7. Okay? And that's going to lead us to the verse. So now what's going on with the lead or the melody part over the chorus? That is what's going on over the chorus, okay? So we start on the high string, 16, 19, 16, move to the B string, 16, 17, 16. And then you kind of descend this major chord in 16th position. And I'll start getting a little tight up here, but 16, 18, 19. And then you kind of keep repeating that. And then the melody is 18, 19, 16, 18. And then you're basically just outlining power chords, which makes this part a lot simpler once you realize that, right? So 11 and 13. Slide up to 14, power chord. 16, 14, 13. And then you have a slight variation on the rhythm there, where you pick out that chord, the 18, and then you end up on the 13. Okay, and that's gonna bring you back into the verse. What happens in the second verse? The intro riff is brought in, right? And then a variation of the ring modulator riff where you're just picking out the sus2 chords. Not as technically challenging as the first one, right? They're just more straightforward. 9, 11, 13. And then the same chord just on the next set of strings. And because of the tuning, you have to space that out. 9, 12, 14. And then climb it back down. Now you can alternate pick this. I'm way more comfortable kind of like raking through it, and it's pretty straightforward. I know when I usually jam on it, I'll actually put a variation in. It's not the song, but I like to do this, and if you like it, that's fine, but don't give me hate because of it. I like to play like that. I put a cross string in it, just because I think it sounds good. It's not on the recording, so whatever. Okay? And then that's going to lead to the breakdown of the song. Just an open chord, bass does a nice little part, and then we have essentially just an octave melody going up, right? It sounds like this. Okay, I'll play that for you again. Okay, now you get to that fun little section. And now, this is really hard to hear on the record. I've seen it tabbed a bunch of different ways. So I'm gonna, basically you can play the same thing over and over again. You can add an octave higher part to it, or if you're just playing by yourself, I would switch back between the two of them and have a little fun with it. Okay, so you're basically just outlining this sus2 chord or add 2 chord, right, on 4, 2, and 2. 4 on the A, so it's 4, 6, 8. 4, 2 on the A, 2, 4, 6, and 2 on the low string. And then the octave of this higher would be on the A string, 9th position, 9, 11, 13. Okay? So you have this, that kind of feel through the whole thing. So the first time, go the octave higher. Which I didn't do there. Let's try that again. Okay, so the octave higher, you're gonna get up to 9. And then that power chord that you make in that chord, slide down and play the 2 open string, B and E. And then from that point on, passes 2, 3, and 4 of that riff, there's always going to be those pickup notes in the very beginning of it, from 2 to 4. And here it's just a big E chord. Alright? I like to play the chord and underneath it. And as we go into that, now you're jumping up into the that riff, right? And we're almost done with the song, so good job. So basically it's power chords, 4, 8, and 9. Open A, 0, 2, 2. Rinse and repeat. Octave higher, 12, 14, 14. Okay, so you just basically do that again 4 times. The other guitar is going to kick in on it. With another little octave melody going on, and you're sliding from 11, 9 to 7 up to 4 to 6. Down to 2 and 5. A quick little, and then just 3 hits on that first fret. End on the first chord. And I like to mimic the power chords that are going on, except I'm using octaves. So let me play that for you, right? Awesome. And so what happens after that? The chorus, twice. And that's it. We're done. End of song, The Hollow, the best perfect circle song there is. Maybe not. Judas, Outsider, whatever. So, awesome song. Definitely one of my favorites. It's a blast to play. I hope you guys like that. As I mentioned earlier, down in the description below, you can find the links for the PDF or Guitar Pro tabs or transcription of the song. While you're down there, please click on the subscribe button because we do this weekly. So, as always, let me know what you come up with. And until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.